age of 7, Cheyenne O'Brien found a love and a passion for camogie that has never faltered. It's led her to an All-Ireland Intermediate Camogie Championship win with Meath in 2017, along with winning the Purcell Cup with Maynooth University in 2019 and Intermediate County Championship with Kiltale Camogie team. Cheyenne, you are so welcome, and it's great to be chatting to you. Thanks so much for agreeing to come on and chat with us.
Hi Cheyenne, how are you?
Thank you, you too.
So I'm going to let Louise start asking the questions.
Cheyenne, Blah was giving me a list of all your achievements over the last couple of years, and I was absolutely astonished. I couldn't believe it. But let's talk about the most recent success in 2019, your last big achievements, before we get on to the big topic of COVID. So can you give us a bit of background on how the last year has been for you, but particularly from 2019 leading up to 2020 in particular?
Yeah, so we won the Club Intermediate Championship in 2019 in October against Kildare. I think we only won by 3 points. And I was captain that year as well, which is great. And then before that, I think it was February 2019, we won the Purcell Cup with Maynooth. And we've been I was there for 6 years, 5 years playing with that team, and it's a huge turnover of girls. You're meeting loads of different new girls. But I think that particular year was the nicest group, the nicest and connected, and I felt the oldest as well there, so that was good. And we won that Purcell Cup, and I think it's the first Cup they've won in a long time, if not first, not positive there, but it was a huge deal anyway, so it was great. And that was my last year in college. So it was a good way to finish.
And it was something nice as well, getting to win it with Fia, your sister being able to play in the same team, and the same for your county championship with Kiltale, then having that special moment of being able to lift a cup with your sister.
Yeah, I think that's one of the biggest things I love about playing, is when I get to play with her, and especially winning. I think if I wasn't winning with her, I don't think it'd be as special, if that makes sense. I think that really kind of pushes it. And then I think after that, then it was really quiet. Then we went straight back into training. We got relegated in county in 2019, so we were playing senior, and then we got relegated back to intermediate. So then we started training, and then obviously we were training so well. Back in the gym, November, December, started the league off in 2020. And I think we were in the 2020 league final, we were going to that, but obviously it was cancelled thanks to everything that happened. But we were flying, if you seen us back playing then, you're they're shooing at least for the intermediate final in that year. But then COVID hit and everything just kind of went standstill, really.
Yeah, difficult enough in that, you'd come, I suppose it was and then was it difficult? Because obviously then you went back playing later on in the year, and you had first and then came back with county. How difficult was it then to try and get back up to that level again that you had been before lockdown? You were saying, you were kind of on course to really do the same as 2019, if not better, in terms of winning. So how difficult then last year was it coming back, and motivation wise, and was it all the same girls who were back? Was it were there people who were kind of frontline workers that maybe you really missed from the team?
Yeah, I think when we just went straight into lockdown and we couldn't train or that anymore, I think it was 2 weeks that everyone was shit, what are we actually doing here? What's going to happen? So it was just 2 weeks, take a break and we'll see what's going on. And then we didn't hear anything about the league final. And then we started doing little challenges and Strava, runs, that kind of thing. I think it was so fresh. So you didn't mind, you could think, oh, we'll be back training in a month or whatever, but it just kept extending and oh God, when is this going to stop? So I think that was kind of hard to motivate. And then obviously Fia left the county team that year, so I didn't have her pushing me as well, because you're on your own, trying to train on your own. But then I'm the PRO for our club team as well. So I was kind of putting out challenges to our teams and doing like little point challenge. So I separated all the girls into teams, and I had like a team captain for each little team. And they did, like say, if you go for a 5K run, you get 10 points. If you go, I don't do a
Taking on all your
sprint
notes
now. What?
Just taking on all of your notes now to do with our own club.
I'll send you the details. I'll send you the details. And what else? Like sprint sessions, circuits, yoga. You get a certain amount of points, and the team leader would add them up. And weekly, I'd add it to an Excel sheet, and I'd say team whatever's winning or whatever, up your game. And that was brilliant. That was really good for.
I can imagine. I
Get
can
your shit
imagine all the
together.
girls just be like, nope. I'm not letting the girls win. This
Everybody
is
cursing
mine.
under the sun, saying, "Back off! This is our break."
So then,
That
like,
was,
yeah,
no, I think that was really at the start it was fine, and then club came back. That was brilliant. Just with county, you never get that time to train with club. So when they brought in that you're training with club for the next 6 weeks, can't go near county, I think that completely opened new doors for me, because I was bonding with the girls that I didn't get to bond with as much. Gaelic, I'm never at Gaelic training, like never. I just can't make
They're
it.
showing up all of a sudden. You're like, oh, here she
I
goes
just
now.
So I actually was do that. What?
this one. Who is she? Where did she come from?
That's it. I got off on it. Okay, on the sideline, it's fine. But yeah, it was nice to actually feel involved and not be like, I'm here for the games. Like you don't want to be that person, but you have to be when you're training 4 nights a week with county and then 2 to 3 nights a week with camogie. So that was amazing, and we won the Gaelic last year as well. Actually, I forgot about
Yes. Was it junior or was it junior intermediate with the football?
that. Like junior B, I want to say.
Big. I won the trophy with junior B with the Camogues in San Diego, and it was
Our camogie team went on to win the football championship in San Diego.
in the San Diego Sevens. But yeah, like, and I suppose, like, so for last year, and then so once you got over that 6 weeks and you were going back to county, what was that like? Like, what was it like going back out onto kind of a more like county stage and going down and having to play? Like, did you feel that it was like it became then a little bit more difficult in that you're traveling around the place? Obviously, like, you're a teacher as well, so you were in school, you were trying to get lesson plans done, and here you are back in county doing like all these trips and everything. Like, did it just become that you were kind of like, oh, I just want the season to finish now? Or was it like everybody was the same, that all the girls were like, isn't it great to be back and things like that? Or how did it kind of feel that way?
It felt like the longest year. Like, it felt like 3 years in one. That kind of, and a lot of like the club girls were like, oh yes, the year's finished, and me and Louise were like, oh, I have to go back. Like, start going back again and start all over again. And I think as well with county, our club season kind of finished early, so the other club or county girls were still playing if they were in the semis or the final. So even county training wasn't great because of numbers wise, because people were still playing with their club. So it was even worse. It was like, I don't know, 8 to 9 people training, but at the same time it was better to ease in, I suppose, than 20 to 30 girls there and it's straight into hard training. So that kind of eased it in. And then, like you said earlier, a few girls didn't come back, and it was simply just because it was exhausting. They weren't up for it. They didn't have to drive anymore. But then there was a load of new girls that came in because obviously the season was going to be a lot shorter. It's like, sure, club's finished. Why don't we go play county for the next few weeks? There's nothing else to do.
Yeah.
Do you know? So
new energy into you and kind of give you a little bit of revitalization for like those last few weeks, which is kind of nice to be able to do. Lovely.
I just want to ask a quick question, just because you're talking about development in new girls, and you already mentioned about how there's always a turnover with, there's a massive turnover here in Vancouver with girls coming in on 2-year visas, girls who end up staying longer and getting older and stopping, or girls that just end up going home. So what's advice do you give to people who are who are going back constantly after each year, and there's new girls, lack of new girls, new faces one day, lack of faces the next day, constant change? How did you deal with all that?
I think personally, I love the kind of fresh faces that might come in, and it just changes the atmosphere completely. And at the end, like with college, it's so repetitive even at times. So if you're getting new girls and you haven't seen them before and you're excited to see what they can do or how they play with you, or just simply just their personalities, just what they're like, that was nice with college because you're constantly changing that up. Then with club, you're playing with the girls you grew up with, so you don't really matter too much number wise. You're just like a bit of crack, we're all here together. I think that's probably the main thing even that I'm missing, is just regardless, it's just 4 girls turning up to training. They're 4 more extra girls that I'm seeing now. It's in that kind of way, you know, that I don't mind who's there. And usually with county, you get a heap of girls and you're trying to challenge each other. So regardless if there's girls coming in and out, you're constantly competing for your position or to be seen. So that's kind of how I kind of see the turnover. So.
And like, I suppose, so we just got like, one of the things that like stands out sometimes for me is that like you're so humble in all the achievements that you have gotten throughout the years. Like, I mean, 2016 you won your division with Meath, then 2017 you went on to like win an All-Ireland with Meath, and then you were also nominated as a Player of the Month for the WPGA, which not everybody gets at all.
No,
and then you went on in 2019 to win football, camogie, and camogie within college. Like, that's incredible. How do you, I suppose, like, what was the feeling? Like, I'll just focus in on 2019 because I suppose that's the most recent year, but like that feeling of just that year, like did you feel like going into all those matches, you were like, do you know what, I just know that we have the right girls, we have the right kind of recipe that we're going to be getting on with this, like, and then to go on and win the cups. Like, what was the feeling on the days, and especially I suppose when you were captain as well, like that's a momentous occasion to be able to, like, I suppose represent, and then having Fia as well with you. Like, what was just that internal feeling you had on the days, even when you just stepped onto the pitch? Did you kind of was like, I know this is going to go our way, there's everything, all the cards are being put down right, or what way was it kind of for you?
To be honest, county games, I'm not too nervous because I'm surrounded by amazing, unreal girls that know how to play, and they're trying to excel just as much as I am. But I feel a huge amount of stress and pressure with club because you're surrounded by girls, again, you grew up with, your best friends with, and you're like, I don't want them to turn like, she's playing shite, like what's she doing? Like, I think I put that amount of pressure sometimes on me, to that kind of, especially like with, say, Gaelic. Like, I'm shy at Gaelic. I can't but I can run. So I'll just run all day and pass the ball. But I don't.
That's what I
You
do.
take it forward.
Pick it up, somebody else is going to catch it, like, essentially.
Literally.
That's
You know the struggle, so
yeah.
But there's no I nearly enjoy that just as much, even not more, because I feel no pressure. You just go out, have a bit of crack. With camogie though, that is my sport. Personally, I want to be the best I can be. So especially with club and it's your parish, you want to be the best for them, especially with like some mom's mates, my mates, Fia, just family as well. You just want to be the best you can for them. So when you win with club, it's the best feeling in the world because you're surrounded again by everyone you love and you grow up with, and you're surrounded by them. And then if you're captain as well, it's added more pressure.
All the drinks are paid for that night.
Yeah.
Come back then into Morrisey's. Adrian has a problem one for you.
What?
I said, come back into Morrisey's and the tab will be open for you.
Oh, if I'd pay any amount of money for that now. I'd pay all the for that.
So I guess then going off like your achievements and everything you mentioned about your mom and Fia and like the club girls being around you, like whether it's from personal life or sport, what kind of advice do you always carry with you that the days you're like tying up your laces, you're putting on your helmet, you're ready to go, the skirt's on, the whistles are supposed to be blowing, like what do you say to yourself? Like what's your mantra like that you carry with you and you would pass on to others that maybe will take your place in the future?
I think the biggest thing is enjoyment. Genuine, like you go out and just enjoy that game and think this is the last game you're going to play. Especially with county, you don't know how long you're going to be playing at that standard. So every game, this could be your last game. Play the best that you can and enjoy it. Because if you're not going to enjoy it, you're ultimately going to play shit and you're not going to care. So if you care, you have fun and you think this is the last time I'm going to be wearing that jersey.
Yeah.
You won't want to remember your last time wearing that jersey, feeling shit about yourself or not playing well. So I think just genuinely that, and especially with club, that is when you enjoy it, when you're playing with those girls. And at half time, you're having a laugh, or if it's a challenge game, you're taking the piss out of each other. You're enjoying it, like that kind of way. So girls aren't going to come back if they're not enjoying it, and it's. But they're at the same time, if they're not feeling challenged or it's boring, they're not going to come back. So you need a happy medium, So if you're not enjoying it and you want to excel to your best standard, there's no point comparing yourself to, someone that's, say for example, like I played county for the past 10, 11 years. So there's no point comparing yourself to that kind of person because you're going to automatically feel shit about yourself. So excel to your standard or you'll just constantly feel bad,
Yeah, which is great because I think sometimes like one of the things that like we forget about, like even when you're going out and playing and the pressure of like you're feeling like we have to beat this team, or there's a certain team that like you're playing against and it gets inside your head. Like people just forget that it's about enjoying yourself at the end of the day. And as you say, like the more you enjoy it, the better you're probably going to get on. I know like when we went down and we like I'm terrified, like, as like I didn't play camogie nor football. Like
I told Niamh the other day, and I told her she's chairperson. I was like, she should be chairperson for our club.
Absolutely not. I will leave that in the very capable hands of like many of those who've grown up in Kitale and Albi. I'm all right with that. I come back and I might play witches though, but I'd be sworn against Kappa.
I'm holding you to that.
I'll have a fight to the death between Kappa and Kiltale.
Yeah.
But that is, thanks so much, Shay. Like, it's great to be able to chat and just like hear like everything that you've done. And like, I mean, as you say, like playing county for 10, 11 years is no mean feat, and it's an absolutely incredible achievement to have. So well done, and can't wait to get back and play against you. Although I definitely won't be enjoying that one.
And if you want to move to Vancouver, our camogie team are always recruiting.
I'll keep that in mind.
Yeah. So just to finish off the interview, well, not even an interview, but just to finish it off, we have a little bit of a game to play. So this game is called Grab It. So
I put a long time to come up with that name.
So Louise has nominated herself. She's going to play from this side. And the aim of the game is I'm going to call out an item, and you're going to have 10 seconds to come back with said item and show it in the screen to us. So it's not going to be like massive, because I know you've only moved recently into a new house, so I'm not going to be like
in the back like there. I'll push them out. What are you doing?
So we'll do it very quickly anyway, and it's just to finish it off on something fun. So the first thing that I'm going to get you is to go and get.
Are we ready now?
Yeah.
Okay. I'm not even in my own house, everybody. I'm in laws, so
Yeah.
I don't know where to be.
So I just wait. I get a timer up here now. I'll do. But it'll be grand. Don't be worrying.
Okay.
Okay. So stopwatch. Okay. So first thing I'm going to get you to go get is a big spoon. She's still
Huge
It was open every drawer in the place. Like,
step back there just before you do. All right. Next thing I'm going to get you to grab is the most sought after commodity of 2020, a roll of toilet paper.
oh,
So go.
So cute in Shane's bathroom.
oh, here you go. Okay, so you won that one.
So it's 1-1. Okay, so the final thing that I am going to get you to get
So nervous.
is
Most competitive thing I've done so long.
I said you out of breath, like it's the most training I've done.
so the next thing I'm going to get you to get is, oh my god, I'm like literally trying to like think what is close to everybody. Is I am going to get you to run and get a pair of football boots. Pair of football boots. No. Front door.
I got runners. The boots are in the shed. I won't be back for 10 minutes.
Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh.
So that's the last one. I think we'll call it a draw because we both appeared back in a pair of shoes.
And I would brag like to
took
say I
Shane's
took on a
shoes.
camogie, all-star basically.
Cheyenne, thanks a million anyway, and we'll be chatting to you soon. So thanks so much for coming on and chatting with us today.
Talk to you soon, Cheyenne. Bye-bye.
Bye.